Welcome to Reality Awareness. This is the collective reading, and then I'm going to jump into psychic readings individually afterwards. This is a pretty potent message coming through for the collective. Again, the other week, I don't know, was pretty strong as well. I would say they all are. Sometimes they're not, but this one was coming through really strong. This one is about self-worth, believing in your dreams, the belief that you let go of, the collective shift out of it's like there's been a definite like whoop into another frequency. And if you're feeling it, you'll notice it by manifestation being instant, fast, simultaneous as you think about what you're manifesting, and it happens very quickly, whether it's negative or positive. And that's how you know you've shifted and you've jumped into this new frequency, this timeline shift. All right, there's so many pieces about this timeline shift too. It's probably a whole nother live stream on its own, given what's going on in the collective, like on the physical world stage, let's put it, right? I don't really like talking about that stuff because it's just a waste of energy, I think. Okay, so as always, let me share this live stream and then I'll jump into the reading. I want to say properly. There's so much that I want to share with that for you. Okay. So in the meantime, let me know if you've been one of those people that can feel that collective shift and that jump, that shift and that jump. And if you are manifesting quite fast and you're needing to be really conscious of like your thoughts, really, like you're somebody that does think positive, that is conscious of their reality, that does do this stuff, but just recently you've noticed like an exponential shift and that things are manifesting really quickly and that you need to be aware of, like, you know, it's like, hang on a sec, hang on. I'm in control here. I'm in charge of what happens with this situation. Let me consciously choose this outcome. Like, you're really good at doing that, but just recently in the last like 4 to 6 weeks and the last 2 weeks has been like really strong, like your powers just went through the roof, right? Okay. So let me just share this here. Perfect. And then I'll share this one as well. Hello. Welcome. Yes, better self-talk. I talk to everyone so great, but not myself. Oh, it's so interesting that we do that, right? And that's where the work is. Yeah, that's where the work of, you know, it's funny. Okay, like, hang on, I'll share this and then I'll, hang on. Yeah, a lot to share about that. This one. Just making sure it's shared in all the right places because I'm already starting to talk. Bear with me. Okay. So one of the most powerful ways that you can change your self-talk is by journaling. And I'm not talking about journaling about the bad stuff. I'm talking about journaling about the good stuff, like journaling to create your reality. Okay, so let me just bring this in here. Okay, let me just switch this back. That's good to go. Okay. Comments are up. Okay, perfect. All right, so gonna like start officially with this collective reading, like with this this message, because it's really strong in the collective and you'll know that you've shifted with this new frequency, with this timeline, by you manifesting things a lot quicker now. Like, you're someone who creates your reality. You're very conscious of manifestation. You do all the things, you do your inner work. You stay positive as much as you can. You feel the grief and the shit when you need to. Like, you really work with this energy. Like, you're conscious, you're aware of this stuff. You do that. Just recently, in the last 2 weeks, there's been a very significant jump, right? We're no longer at this frequency. We're literally up here. And I want to say not everyone's come. Yeah, not everyone's shifted. But there's been a lot of us that have. And there's also been a timeline, like, you know how the other week I was sharing, there's been like a spiral where like we're traveling along, and then all of a sudden it's like, and we're just like really shifted. Well, now we're here, right? Now we're here. And I want to say we're sort of looking down at this frequency. It's not looking down. It's like, you know, we're just literally on a different vibration. And it's almost like the Mandela effect is really in effect. It's like things that, you know, and I was having a conversation with my partner about this just the other night, and it was like this flick and this shift. But like what's happened is it's coming to this place around, like, you know, like with the thingos, right? And I didn't want to talk about this, but it's obviously part of this conversation. So here we go. If you've got any comments or want to share anything about this as well, pop them in. But this, like, if we look at the Olympic Games, I didn't look much into it, okay? But I saw stuff going around on Facebook, and then I was like, what's going on here? Like, I just saw it and I was like, man, are we like a Teletubby like consciousness or some shit? Like, does anyone know the Teletubbies? Like, is that just an Australian thing? I don't know. I was like just when I saw the images, like the first thing I thought of was Teletubbies. I was like, what's the world turned to? Like, I don't, what's happening here? Anyway, you know, like with that, it's sort of just like there's things that I pay attention to and there's things that I don't, right? And I was speaking with my partner, and he had a dream the night before it, and he told me, and I'm like, that's so weird. Like, I was not getting any information about that. That was just like next level weird. And then the Olympic Games happened, and then I saw all that, and then we were talking about it, and he's like, I was like, that's your dream. Like, you like saw that and just all this shit. Then he told me that like Paris had a blackout, and I was like, this is weird. Like, and then the energy was like really, the energy reminded me of when the Travis Scott concert happened in 2021, October 2021. Like, once I found out the blackout had happened, I was like, it's so weird. Oh, they don't know why it happened. Oh, like, oh my God. Like, and just tuning into the energy of like, what are they doing? Like, and it just felt like the same sort of energy as Travis Scott concert. And I was like, oh, I don't get a good feeling about this. Anyway, sort of just left that at that, right? For some reason I needed to share that bit. And then this timeline shift, right? This real distinct timeline shift alongside people getting that. And then with the Olympics happening, it's like, I've noticed it in myself, and then talking to people, it's like, like there's so many things that are different. Like, there's a real different, distinct, like, you'll tell some people some things and they're just like, no, it was never like that. And there's like what I sort of put together when I was talking to my partner was like, with that, you know, it's like the zombie apocalypse and everything, because it's literally changed the DNA. Like, we're a couple of years into it now, guys. Like, the DNA shift has happened, and it's like it's like we're literally on a different frequency, because they're soulless, or like the soul is disconnected, or it can't come in, like it's hovering, like whatever. At the same point, it's like there's a definite distinct timeline shift, and we're up here, or maybe it's here and we're just on a different thing, like, but it's like two worlds separate on the same place now, like. And the veils have shifted, reality is different, we know all that. So I'm just going to leave all that to the side for a minute, because this shift of where we've come up here, okay, I don't like using up, down, because is it? How do we know it's not like this, right? Like, whatever. But there's been a definite shift, and not everyone's come, okay? And at this point, it's like you're noticing that you've shifted to this higher frequency, because of, like, you will feel different, you will feel like everything's possible again. And the part is that the belief that was once knocked out of you has come back. in that shift away from, let's just call it this dimension to this dimension, this shift, and like I said in the last couple of live streams, we're like traveling along in our solar storm, solar thing, whatever, and then all of a sudden it's like we hit something and I'm like, when we shift it up. Well, now we're here, okay? And with that, things are manifesting faster. Whether it's good things or bad things, it's manifesting, like your manifestation rate is higher, is faster and instantaneous, whether you're thinking good or bad or whatever you're creating. And this is where like your power has come back. So from down here to up here, there's a distinct, like your power has returned and you're, I want to say more in control, more in charge. And not that like you're controlling the situation, but you have taken control back. And so in that, your belief in you're creating your reality and collapsing timelines and making it happen, quote unquote, faster is also shifting rapidly as well. So if you're noticing this, let me know below. It means that you've really shifted. If you're like, well, this isn't happening for me, Hannah, and I'm like, just check. Because you might be like, oh, it's not happening for me. And I'm like, bad shit might be happening for you. And it's like taking note, becoming aware of like, whoa, what if I just change my thinking here? So when, so Natasha was saying, like, but I do need to work on better self-talk. I talk to everyone so great, but not myself much. Been trying to slow down and catch myself better. My mind just moves too fast. I recommend journaling a lot for my friends. I haven't done it for myself in a while. I have an art to journal. I like to paint it in. Okay, awesome. And because what I'd said to that is that like journaling is the best way to rewire your brain to think differently, right? Journaling, like pen to paper. I've got tons and tons of journals. Like, I was literally going through them the other day, actually. Let me just grab them for you. And this was part of the like belief piece coming back to life, right? Like the, sorry, I just pulled on my journals. These are like heaps. I've still got some in my cupboards over there. And these ones specifically are like from, like I love getting beautiful journals and writing in them, right? And I was just like, I was curious, like these are from when I began Reality Awareness Online in 2016. And I was like, just, you know, when I just open up just to see, you know, what I was journaling about and what I was sharing, what I was writing, like 2019, you know, like I was journaling about $3,000 to $5,000 weeks as standard. And I'm like, wow, that's standard now. Like, you know, it's like all looking at all these pieces, like journals and journals and journals and journals. Faith, trust, and pixie dust. The thing is that if you don't take time to rewrite your mind, somebody else will do it for you. And the thing is that these, like, you know, writing, and I'm not, as I said, like, this is not journaling about the bad shit, okay? This is journaling about what I want to create. Now, in 2016, 2018, like, I've done it for years. Like, these are just some of them, right? And these ones from 2019. So 2018, 2019. So looking at like, if I was to tap into my big picture vision of my reality that I'm calling in a place where I completely relinquish control, what would be going on? Did you guys hear that? Let's do it again. If I was to tap into my big picture vision of my reality that I'm calling in a place where I completely relinquished control, what would be going on? Are you there with me? Let's do that again. I didn't know we're dropping into manifestation processes today, so here we are. If I was to tap into my big picture vision of my reality that I'm calling in a place where I completely relinquished control, what would be going on? You might not know what that is, but what is your big picture vision? Where are you going with this? Where are the pieces that are falling, I want to say falling into place, that you're creating into place and choosing to create? We can get distracted by, I think it was last week or the week before, I was like, don't let distractions pull you off path right now. What did I say? I'm pretty sure it was last week. And then what happened? Oh, the Olympic shit came on. Right. Oh, your book arrived, Ancient Blooded Healer, one of a kind. Today, my life is about to change. My new book arrived, Ancient Blooded Healer, you're one of a kind. That's my book. I love it. Yes, your life is about to change. Reading my book. I love that so much. So the belief, the collective message is, the belief that was once knocked out of you is coming back, or has just come back, because now you're realizing that your dreams do come true, that you are here, that you are the creator. Like, you've taken back power, you've taken back control. You're not letting things knock you anymore. You're not letting it like pull you to the side. You're not letting it go down in the shame spiral. Like, you've pulled yourself out. Now, in Life Purpose Activation Kit, I've literally given you my exact PDFs of all my affirmations that have literally created my journal, my reality to date, from love to relationships to wealth to business to the way you live. All of the pieces, they're in there, the exact same journal prompts. So if you want access to them, they're in the Life Purpose Activation Kit. You've got the wealth activation codes in there. Just comment kit below and I'll send it to you, and I'll pop the link in as well. Like, literally, to, you know, it's like creating your ritual, creating what works for you, creating the way that you create your reality. A big part of that is how we think. And as I think it was Natasha was saying, like, it's very easy when we're like in a state of creating or trying to like, you know, build our reality, or, you know, and we're healing and we've got the family to look after, or whatever it is that you're doing, or your career or whatever. It's very easy to, you know, hold a front and be nice and kind and positive to everyone, and then get home and just be in your shit. And it's a training to, how do I hold myself when nobody's around? How do I hold myself when I'm just with the people closest to me? How do I hold myself when I'm, you know, still, because it's not like, we're not creating our reality just in the front that we show the world. We're not creating our reality just when we're on our yoga mat. We're not creating our reality just when we're in our 10-minute journal session. Like, we're creating our reality with how you hold yourself in every single moment and every single day. So the journal prompts, that creating your own affirmations and journal prompts is the most powerful thing to do, because you're creating it from the inside out. And in Life Purpose Legacy, this is where I really get deep into rewriting your specific beliefs and allowing you to create your beliefs. In, as I said, 2016, 2018, I created a lot of my own journal prompts, still today as well, of course. And there's sheets and sheets of, like, because when I process something, whether it's through inner child, shadow, clearing a wound process, then we rewrite the beliefs around what we choose to believe now. All of those new beliefs and new expanding in career, in love, in finances, in home life, in relationships, in all areas of your life, in health, in wellness, I then type up all those new affirmations, like 30 of them, in the PDF. Then I print that PDF out, and I've got a whole journal, I've got a whole file of all my printed out affirmations. And then I literally write them over and over and over and over again to rewrite the brain, to rewrite the neural pathways. And that, all of those PDF prompts, they're in the Life Purpose Activation Kit. So if you've got them, if you've got the Life Purpose Activation Kit, you've got access to them in there 24/7, 365 days a year. Exactly. The more we write them, the more it becomes solidified. When we use an anchor, and we, like, when I write my affirmations, I'm like listening to music and anchoring it in as well by pushing like thumb and forefinger together. And then it like helps lift back up when I'm listening to that music later on in the day or whatever. It like triggers that neural pathway, the thought process, the body muscle memory, and it pulls me back into that state if I've fallen out, and or it helps you to stay in that state over the day, right? So, full manifestation lesson this morning on our collective reading. Okay, so what else was I going to say about that? Oh, the belief. So the collective message is that the belief is coming back. Like, and this is a reminder that it was just interesting. I forgot about that. Like, don't let distractions pull you off path right now. And it was so strong. And then the Olympics happened, and it's kind of like, yeah, are you here or are you here? Because it's really distinct and it's really strong. And the more you just focus here, and it'll like, you're going to be able to stay there, right? Okay. All right. So is there anything else for the collective reading that I need to share with that? I actually really liked the Teletubbies. Like, I don't really have a thing with them, but it was just like, I saw all the colors and saw all the things and I was like, it's like we're talking to preschool. Like, I don't know. I was just like, do people really still watch this shit? Am I just living in another world? I must be. Is that what's really going on here? Because I don't know. Oh, I'm going to pull some cards for the collective reading. Something important about the writing of the beliefs. Oh, because of the beliefs. So, choosing the new beliefs. So this is the collective reading, and then we're going to jump into, like, I'll choose people on this call, on this live stream. So, because rewriting the beliefs, but sometimes it's good to look back through if you've got old journals and pull yourself back up, but it's the training of that. And then, so example, Natasha, when you're saying about, you know, like it's easy to do it for other people, but not for yourself. Well, that's healing around the people pleaser, around the wounds of neglect for yourself from when you're a child, and then learning to not just love yourself, but to be able to take care of yourself first as a priority and others as a necessity, as my mentor would always say to me. And like really work on that, right? And, you know, it's kind of like, you know, if you're falling apart when you get home or whatever after being there for everyone else, or it's easy to do for everyone else, that's also really because like you're in that people pleaser mode. You're in that mode, right? So working with my inner child meditation, the shadow meditation that you can find in the life purpose activation kit, you can find them in there and can really work on those parts of you of healing the neglect wound, because that's a real deep emptiness wound, and we're like using other people to try and fill ourselves up. When we're able to resource ourselves and heal that wound from the inside out, that's when our vibration shifts, right? We're not here looking and like all this stuff with each other. It's like we're just in our own path, on our own path, on our own path. The life purpose activation kit then puts you on path with that. But if you're still looking for it through other people down here, you're never going to be able to shift to where it is, right? To where it truly is. Okay, so this, to confirm this, so I'm using the Rumi deck. I just opened up to this. It's not a card that I've pulled. Your guidance then is to trust your path. Trust your evolution. Even in the face of those around you, reacting to it possibly in fear or discomfort. Trust in the paths of others too, for in truth there is one path and we are all on it. You do not have to convince anyone of anything. That is not your job. Your job is to embrace your wisdom, embrace your freedom and empowerment to grow spiritually and live your life accordingly. You are becoming, through the bestowal of grace, something more of a goddess and a god, of a human and a sacred animal, integrated as one. This is sacred alchemy, amplified in the star fires of Venus, who loves you as a brother, sister, and honors your soul with her blessing. Shine true, beloved, shine bright. Manifestation is happening so fast now, I know, right? That's the thing. That's what's happening. It's kind of like, so your focus is required. Do not get fucking distracted. Okay, so this sacred soul, it's interesting because, as I said, I'm just doing this collective reading now. I was sharing the message. I'm like, oh, that's right. I pull cards. Okay. I swear like a fucking motherfucking trooper. If that doesn't align with you, why are you still watching something that you hate? I don't care if you think I'm professional or not. I'm being me. Trust your path. Trust your wisdom. Trust. I'm not for everybody. So away you go. Why do people continue to watch things that they hate? I see the Olympic shit and I'm like, got better things to do. Why would I waste my time like yelling at the internet about the shit that I fucking hate? Oh my God, did we not just talk about what we're talking about? Focus. Focus. Bye, Felicia. Yeah, that's right. Don't start me. Okay, I'm staying focused, okay? Sacred soul sister. Don't fucking start me, yo. When you are conscious, a cloud of sadness surrounds you. When you are beyond consciousness, the moon rests in your arms. When you are conscious, the beloved moves just out of your reach. When you are beyond consciousness, the ecstasy of love moves your way. When you are conscious, you are depressed like fall. When you are beyond consciousness, the winter cold feels like spring. All your wavering is due to your longing to be stable. Look for instability until you become stable. That's the actual Rumi poem. That's pretty deep. When you are conscious, a cloud of sadness surrounds you. When you are beyond consciousness, the moon rests in your arms. When you are conscious, the beloved moves out of your reach. When you are beyond consciousness, the ecstasy of love moves your way. What I believe that is saying, when you are conscious, the beloved moves out of your reach, which is interesting because we think consciousness would be like, oh, you know, and so I'm just going to interpret that. So when you are conscious, I believe that's the mind. You're conscious of it, but you're also conscious that it's not here, right? It's here. When you are beyond consciousness, which I believe is when you are embodied in the heart, when you are beyond consciousness, so you're not conscious of it, you're beyond consciousness, which means you just are it. It's your heart frequency, it's your vibration, it's your embodiment, it's who the fuck you are, right? When you are conscious, the beloved moves out of your reach because you're like, where is it? Where is it? This is the 3D. This is down here trying to get our needs met through other people. When you are beyond consciousness, when your head drops into your heart, when you are it, this is the vibration that you emit, like you are it, right? When you are beyond consciousness, the ecstasy of love moves your way. Why? Because you're it. So this is what you're emitting. So this is what is reflected in reality. But when you are conscious, it's a lack. It's like a lack mentality because we're looking out there for it. When we are beyond consciousness, we are it. Therefore, that's what we emit and receive in our reality. So there is a valid point of view that we travel this path of our life journey alone. Our deepest descents into the psyche happen alone. We meet death alone. We come into the world alone. And yet there is a vaster perspective that we are never alone, that it would be impossible to really be alone. We are connected to all of life, and there is no such thing as being alone in reality, only in limited and temporary perception. Exactly what I said, right? Okay. I'm just seeing what's going to jump out about this. This oracle comes with particular guidance. You know something. You know something deep in your bones. Without knowing how or why you know, or without a particular reason, you just know. This is tapping into the belief that I just got the message for on this live stream. This is the collective reading, right? This is the belief, right? There is something that you know deep in your bones without knowing how or why, or without particular reason, you just know. It doesn't make sense, but you know. The heart will never make logical sense. The body knows. It never makes logical sense. The mind can never figure that out. It's not meant to. It may be that you know to avoid a certain situation. It may be something that is going to work out beautifully, despite appearances to the contrary at a particular moment. It may be that you are meant to take a certain path, but you just know. This oracle comes as confirmation that your knowing, mysterious as it is, your sacred soul sister is talking to you. Trust it and act or not accordingly. So this is really confirming that belief. Like, what is the belief? Like, maybe the belief was knocked out of you. Maybe your dreams were knocked out of you. But now it's back, so to speak. Your belief is back, the path is back, the dreams are back, and it's like, the message here is for you to really acknowledge it, for you to really like see that if you really tap into it, that deep knowing in your bones belief is real. Like it's inevitable, it's real, it's like it's back, it's clear, it's time. Time. We've just had the Capricorn full moons, and I said it was like a blip in time. It was a glitch in time. It was a day out of time, month out of time. And then the other day, we just had the actual Mayan calendar day out of time. It's a brand new, as my girlfriend the other day had said, she said, my soul sister, she said that she said it's actually the start of a brand new 4-year cycle as well. I was like, okay. So the belief in the knowing, and this is where I was saying, if it didn't work before, try again. We're in a different cycle. We're in a different timeline. We're in a different frequency now. It's not that your dreams weren't not for you or not meant to happen. It's just the timing. It's like, try again, because the timing and all the doors are open. Yeah. Seemed like that feeling. Yeah, it's really strong, right? It's really strong. Okay, let me find. Oh yeah, so in the future card is the Enter the Garden of Delights. You've been granted entry into a sacred space, a sanctuary for worship. When the soul is well acquainted with love, life becomes a temple of love, the sacred space in which the soul can grow powerful through expansive worship of love. You are being invited by your spiritual brother Rumi to enter into life, to commit to coming alive, even if at times it feels deeply challenging. Sometimes a part of you may rather stay locked in the illusion for security for a time, perhaps expressed through a preference for what is known over what is unknown, what is familiar and comfortable compared to that which is unfamiliar or uncomfortable. To tussle with the parts of us that would deny aliveness is a natural part of growth. It can seem risky with such potential for heartache, and yet what could be more heart-wrenching than going the slow death of a precious human soul suffocated by fear and inertia. This is the greatest risk ever of never really and fully being born into this world of wonders. It's like the life is coming back, right? And it's so interesting, the life is coming back when the dead zombies are walking around. I don't mean that in a harsh way, like just energetically, okay? And the message I just got with that is like, it's like your purpose is to come alive because it's going to bring them back to life. Now that doesn't make logical sense with everything, but at the same time it does. Because why? Because everything is fucking energy and it's a vibration, and this is your purpose. If you are hearing this message, this is your purpose: to come alive, to shine bright, to share your heart and the embodiment of who you are as your normal part of everyday life, and to share that in the fullness of your being, and to choose the joy and to choose the heart and to choose the love and to share all of that. That's going to bring everyone else back to life, because it's an energetic 100th monkey syndrome type piece. Okay? Really strong message. There you go. You just got your purpose. If you're on this live stream, if you're watching the replay, if you're seeing this message, that's your purpose. Need not look anymore. Do the fucking work and come out of your shell. So I'm just going to check in this, the past card. I know this has been a really long, I've been talking, a really long collective message. So thank you for being here. I will try and keep them shorter next time. Oh, I'm just having deja vu. How weird is it? I've been having like deja vu on like live streams lately. It's so weird. So the past card is the human gift. This oracle comes with special guidance. You are or soon will be seeing with greater clarity and insight a situation that has been obscured to you in the past. What did I just say? Try again. Try again. You may be startled by what you perceive, so much so that you second guess yourself or chalk it up to wild imagine on your part. You're being asked to trust in your perceptions, that when they come from the heart, although what you perceive may be darkness, there will be no judgment. It's like, you know, it's like clearing out the judgment to come back to life, clearing out the darkness to come back to light. We're moving from dark to light. And then the lion and the deer is the overlying card. And I'm just going to check on this and then we're going to jump into individual readings. So thank you for your patience in me finally getting here. I've been working on some huge projects behind the scenes, and I'll be coming more regularly live. So then we won't have to have like really long collective messages, because I just want to talk to you guys. That was epically beautiful. I love that. I love that so much. Okay, so the lion and the deer. So number 22. 22 is the have faith number. When you enter, this is the Rumi poem. When you enter the garden of the heart. So it's so interesting. This one was like, enter the garden of delights. When you enter the garden of the heart, you become fragrant. You become fragrant like the rose. When you fly toward heaven, you become graceful like the angel. If you get burned like oil, you'll become brilliant. When you become thin like hair in yearning, your joy leads the way. You'll be the kingdom and the king. You'll be the paradise and the guardian angel. You'll be infidelity and you'll be faith. You'll be the lion and you'll be the deer. It's like this beautiful dance, right? Hello, my old friend. Do you remember me? We are the oldest of friends, ancient soulmates we are, acquainted over lifetimes past and through many lessons learned together in the school of love. So here we are, we meet again in this advanced spiritual training of the human experience. With the earth as our classroom. The moment is upon us to leave behind what we have once known and open up to the great mystery of life again. Our souls leapt from the divine oneness through the river of forgetfulness, and now we dive into a body, like a genie. No, we dive into a body and a life. What a journey that leap begins. So interesting. Like diving into the body is like diving into the bottle like a genie. Isn't that so interesting? And it all begins with shedding the either or and the or and recognizing instead the all. Why does it have to be one or the other? Why can't you have all? Why can't you have it all? With such wild permission for unconditional love, you shall thrive in your beingness and feed the hungry world with a meal complete, satisfying, and exquisite. I love that. I love that. Thank you so much for being here. I know that was a really long thing. I'll be aware of that next time. Anyway, we're here. Okay, so let's jump into readings now. So if this is your first time here, so if you just comment yes please, just comment once in this section here. So if you comment yes please, or yes please Hannah, yes please I want a reading, whatever, just yes please, then I'll have a list of yes pleases come up on the screen. You only need to do it once. I see all your comments, and then I'll have a list here, and then I'll intuitively scroll through. I'll pick a person, do a reading, and after that it closes off that round of yes pleases. So then I'll say I'll have another round of yes pleases, and then you can pop in yes please again, and I'll repeat the process. So thank you for listening and being here for that long collective reading. Okay. Okay. Yay. Natasha says, I put myself in a box. You should burn that box. Yes, that's right. I sort of water myself down and I freak people out. That's only because those people, I want to say those people are not, I want to say not ready for your message. Like, for example, like when I found my outlet online and began building my online business, I found that I had a channel for my purpose. I had a channel for my message, and the right people found me. And then I didn't have to freak my friends out so much. Yeah? So it's just about finding the channel. Oh, thanks, Joy. Hannah is a fucking queen. I did say bye, Felicia. Gonna come on my live stream and tell me what to do? Nah, mate. Nah. What the fuck are you doing on my page? Like, doesn't work like that. That's like me going like to my neighbor's house or something. I'm like, I don't like how you're talking. Like, I don't fucking do that. It's so funny, right? Because people would always like, not so much now. I must have shifted something inside my energy. But you know, like keyboard warriors. And I'm like, so if you saw me on the street, would you walk up and say that to my face? Because I'd like to have that conversation with you in person. Because they wouldn't fucking dare, would they? No. Anyway, all right, so who's this reading for? It's all right, guys. I'm here, right? I am here today. It's all good. All right. And there's lots of yes pleases. Yay. Let me tune in. Who is this for? Okay. The commitment to purpose. Strong message coming through already. Let me find these yes pleases. Who is this? Okay, Angela Burr. So this is the marriage card, but it can be the commitment card. And that's why I was like, commitment to purpose, commitment to being yourself. It's time to come out of your shell. It's time to come out of the box. I know we're talking, Natasha was talking about that, but given the collective reading and then coming back, it's like the commitment to being yourself. So every day, what do you need to do to pull yourself into alignment to be yourself and share that with the world? Hence why I guess we're talking about the journaling practices. That's something I really love doing, and it pulls me into alignment for the day. As I said, in the Life Purpose Activation Kit, you get access to all my affirmations. And when I say that, like, it's really awesome to write your own affirmations, but some days we're just like out of creativity, or out of, like, we're in a lull. And I find that just writing out the affirmations that I've already printed out and rewriting, or find new ones, and it just sparks my flow back. And so that's why I've got them there for you in that. So I'm not sure if you have the Life Purpose Activation Kit, Angela, but that would be an awesome place to start. Now, also working with, like, inner child, because, okay, covered in goosebumps. Okay, so Angela, for you specifically, I'm not sure if your parents are still together or not, either when they got married or something happened, or I don't know if they're divorced or not, or something with the marriage, something with your childhood, something with, I'm sort of getting a separation. I don't know if they've been together or not. So, like, I want to say you stop being yourself because, like, when that happened, it could be like a step-parent marriage, and that's when you also shut yourself down. So I'd be looking, so you could use my inner child meditation, also found in the Life Purpose Activation Kit, to help heal that wound, for you to come back into your full self, because there's something that's been sort of like bubbling, like something's been like trying to come up, but this is the block, if you may, like that's the cap you put on yourself, because, well, when I was myself, then everything went downhill, whatever, right? I feel I've been in a cocoon since the fire, and then my mum passed. Okay. Ugh. My dad got sick and I got sent away. Okay. And that's where it's like, I was like, yeah, it's almost like you've lost your spark. When parents pass, we also lose the anchor. Yeah, we lose the anchor on this plane. And so you're needing to, like, find what your anchor is. It's funny, I was like, do whatever you need to do first, like before anything, or at some point in the day. First thing in the morning is best, but, you know, when you wake, to come into alignment with yourself. Like, what do you need to do for yourself on a regular day-to-day basis to come into that, right? To come into alignment for yourself. And this last week I felt I needed to get back to myself. There we go. So now you know sort of what to work with. So I don't know if you've got my inner child meditation, you might have got that separately, but it is in the Life Purpose Activation Kit. And you can really work with that part of yourself. Also the shadow meditation, which is going to help, like, you know, we can meet that part of ourselves that's grieving mum or anything like that too. Because then when I pull more cards, we've got goodbye to the old, hello to the new. And this is refinding your anchor, refinding your grounding on this plane. I shut everything down for a little while. Yes, I'm in one of your groups. Yeah, okay, perfect. So you've got that, and that's perfect timing. It's the perfect timing for you to do this. It's like time to step out now. She's flying out, actually. Oops, she's flying out of the cocoon. Okay, it's time to come out. Because by doing so, that's where the dreams come true. What you've asked for is coming true. Now, you might not know what your dreams are, but also when the anchors get shifted, when the anchors shift, we're able to fully come into ourselves, even who we were before this, because who we were before this is like an imprint of this. So when they leave or stuff happens like you've shared, that's why it can feel so destabilizing, because we're not only losing the anchor, but we're losing the imprinting that we were from that, if that makes sense. And so we're having to not only re-find ourselves of, you know, who we were before that, but also without the imprint. And that's the epitome of life purpose with that, is to release all of that, to find who you really are. Because who you really are is not even an imprint-based society or generational training. Oh, look, and express your individuality, see? Allow your true self to shine, because you're awesome. Time to come out of the cocoon. Okay, that was for you, Angela. I'll have another round of yes pleases, please. Okay, perfect. It's been so different since I'm no longer someone's kid. Exactly. Exactly, right? It's exactly that. And it can be, it's very destabilizing. It's very destabilizing. But what it is, it's you finding that connection to source, like on this new level, like that becomes your anchor. It's you, your soul, it's source. And it's a whole new, it's a different frequency though, because it's not of this realm, it's not of this plane, of this realm, but it is, but it's not, because it's like you've shifted from ego human to soul. And who are you as your soul in this human body without everything that created this human body? That would be a journal prompt question, by the way. Yeah, the anchor is, it's a piece, it's a, you know, and what I just shared then about that shift, yeah? Oh, covered in goosebumps. Oh, need to write that one down, that was a good one. Ah, I see, yes. Thank you for that reminder. I was like the fire in the moment. Now I remember, oh, when you're fur babies. Yes. Yeah, I think I might have my inner child meditation anyway. Oh, that was so big. Was that about a year ago now, or am I completely mixed up with time? Because you might want to check in on timeline pieces with that too. Okay, like for healing wise, and yeah. Okay, so I'm going to check this round of yes pleases now. So for those of you who would like access to the Life Purpose Activation Kit, to truly get on the path for your unique purpose, just comment kit below. It's got all the tools and some for living the life of your dreams. Like for real. It's called Creating Your Reality. Okay, so this. Okay, Belinda Knight Mendoza. Is Belinda Knight Mendoza still here? I just need to check. I'm sure she is because she just commented, but I just want to check. Okay. The Life Purpose Activation Kit, do you mean, Joy? Okay, so this is for Belinda? Yes, okay, perfect, perfect. So you've got the shedding the old. There is a change coming your way. Cultivate a sense of adventure, and so you will be able to see these new prospects. When we get hit or sideswiped by things, when we can see them as a tsunami cleaning out things or the ocean moving stuff around, and we're like, okay, which way are we sailing? And I'm really getting the message really strongly for you, Belinda. I don't know how to word this properly, like, who am I through this change? I'm getting a lot of journal prompt questions for you guys. So these are really awesome journal prompt questions. And when I say that, it's like you can write this question down at the top of your page and you ask the question and you write whatever automatically comes out. And then when it sort of stops, then you ask the question again and you write it again, write whatever comes out. Like you keep repeating and asking the question, and just as you keep repeating the question, after you write a bit and there's sort of, there's nothing else, you ask the question again, write again. It goes deeper and deeper into your soul layers rather than like it gets through your human layers, if you may. So shedding the old. Okay, Belinda, that was a message. And this is where it's like, who am I through this change? It's not really the maybe best question. Like, who is the tsunami washing me clean of so I can become? How do I hold myself when it feels like a washing machine or a tornado or hurricane, or like, you know, the tide taking you out, or like, who am I and how do I hold myself through this? Like your work right now, Belinda, is holding your inner strength so that it doesn't pull you around. Like, it's like everyone can try and you're just solid within yourself. Like, that's your work right now. Cultivate a sense of adventure so you'll be able to see these new prospects. And I feel like you holding yourself in that is going to allow you to see the opportunities that are being presented to you. I want to say that will be presented to you, that the path will open up because of what you're going through. Right now, you might not be able to see that, and you're just like, whoa, just trying to like hold this or whatever so I don't get taken in the current. Keeping it in check. Pay attention to what is going on around you. You might be moving into something too quickly or missing important details. And this is where it's kind of like there's opportunities coming from this. I don't know how to describe this, but like to try and describe an image, it's like, you know how like Moses parted the water, right? Parted the ocean or whatever. But it's kind of like right now, you're in like the ocean. New job and a disaster. Okay. Right? But it's like, how can I stand on this shore and just like not get pulled into the ocean just yet? And the more you strengthen that and know that this is what's happening for you to like strengthen this, I'm like holding onto my desk when I grab that, and it's like, you just hold, it's just like, okay, just like, it's like being very conscious of all the things going on around you and the water trying to pull you everywhere. But if you just hold that and hold that and hold that, and I don't mean on a fear-based thing, it's just like, this is your training right now, right? Your priestess initiation training to be able to hold your center through all of this stuff moving around you. And soon it will be like Moses parted the waters, and it's like, and this is the path and this is the opportunity. But it's like you had to get this strong for that to even open. Does that make sense? Like it's, yeah, so I know it's really analogy sort of wise, but keeping it in check. You might be moving into something too quickly or missing some important details. I don't feel like you are. I feel like people are trying to make you think like you are. But this is again to hold yourself and trust yourself. They'll try and push and prod and swirl and drag you out, and you're like, I'm very clear about this. I'm very clear about this. And I will hold it until the direction opens up. Change direction with ease. It's time for a change. This is a time for change, shape-shifting, or your soul's evolution. It may be time to reconsider what you are wanting. You may be in for a surprise. Hence, you'll be like, oh, here's the path. Like the ocean then just parted and you're like, this is what I've been waiting for. Thank you. This is the path. And in that period, you're just like, wah, right? Yes, like I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, but you actually do. And the thing is that when we are not clear on the, washing, I don't know, what is it? The ocean tires wishing around like stormy water. Until that path opens up, until the clarity comes in, you're just going to wait. You're just going to strengthen yourself. Yeah? Because the path will become clear. But when it's not clear, we're like waiting for the storm to pass. It's like freaking like, is this ever going to end? And it does end. But when we're in it, doesn't feel like it. But you're being trained right now through your soul's evolutional training, your priestess training, your intuition training, to hold fast on this. Training you in your boundaries, training you in your strength, training you in your intuition, training you in your emotional intelligence, because you're very fucking clear about this actually. But people trying to make you not. Yeah. Does that make sense? Because life is better together is the overlying card. Seek assistance from your community. Connect with family or friends or others who will support you. It can be as simple as making a phone call. So this is only if they're supportive. Otherwise, find people who know what you're going through to support you with that. Does that make sense? Yeah. That's a really strong message for you, Belinda. Hope that helped. Yeah. Doreen said, looking for a new home. Everything is so new. Yes. Okay, perfect. All right, so I'd have another round of yes pleases, please. Okay. All right, I just shuffled and this came out again, so I'm just going to share it for a bit of a collective in the moment in between reading. Keeping it in check, pay attention to what is going on around you. You might be moving into something too quickly or missing important details. And it's sort of like similar to Belinda's message, but it's kind of like, I want to say dive deeper, dive deeper, dive deeper, set foundations deeper, go deeper. Like the quote unquote important details you're missing is like you need to finish the foundation. You need to build the foundation before you can come back up for air, so to speak. So a bit of a in-between reading for everybody. Shared inspiration, throw yourself into a new project. See, dive deeper, finish these foundations. Be willing to let go of time constraints and rules and really be aware of whatever fulfills your heart. Almost like the life is better together, dolphins, but it's kind of like go deeper. Need to go deeper into those foundations. Okay. Here is this reading. They want you to get out of the water. I think you mean get out of kata, get out of water, but you're not. Yeah, this is what I mean. It's just like they can try. No. Sorry. No. Yeah. Okay, so who is this reading for? Okay, so Stacey, I'm gonna read for two people. Stacey Howe and Susie Gill. Stacey, higher consciousness. You're needing to reconnect back to your intuition, meditate, like make your spiritual practice I want to say priority. It's going to help stabilize you. Like you've disconnected from all the things that stabilize you. Now, sometimes we need to do that for evolution or growth. But for you, it's not the time to disconnect from the resources that stabilize you. So that's a really strong, clear message. And then Susie, trusting Susie is here as well. So Susie, I pulled the lavender, which is the weaver. It's like weaving your reality into existence, and dream, and the dragon's blood. Anima Munda, let me see what that is. I feel like that is very much around the stabilization of foundations, which we just talked about in the little gap there. My hands are cold. So dragon's blood, oneness, merging with the divine, access to the world soul. What did I say? The foundations, occult knowledge, initiation, universal donor, entry to the great void. So dragons are ancient guardians of the earth, symbolizing hidden knowledge and auspicious powers of supernatural origin. Dragons are etheric beings that inhabit the deepest pockets of the ethers and have dominion over the four elements. Dragon's blood core oozes blood, representing the collective blood, the blood of nature, and serving as a gateway to the Anima Munda, the world soul. As you enter the all-seeing portal of the great void, don't shy away from its vastness. Embrace it as you are undergoing this great initiation. Okay. Yeah, you just separated. Yeah. I was just like, it's like you're heading into the darkness. You are in the darkness. The dragons are so beautiful. I would work with the dragons. I'm not sure if you have my dragon spirit guide meditation. Extremely helpful right now. I was just about to say, because dragons are the crown chakra consciousness. Like they literally came through when I was recording and creating the crown chakra consciousness. They birth a new cycle, right? Like when we are born as humans, we crown into this world, even though they're trying to stop that as well, right? But we crown into this world. It's literally how we're born into this world, right? And this is the start of a new beginning. I teach from the chakras coming down for this very reason. I don't use the traditional method and come up with the 7. I use the 8. The ear chakras are the balance, bring the balance back into the world, the divine feminine. So if you don't have my dragon meditation, just comment dragon and I can send it to you. It is $15. There's actually 2 meditations in there. There's Meet Your Dragon Spirit Guide, and then there's the Dragon Support Energy Clearing, which is really fucking powerful to clear entities, darkness, demons, clear your house, clear your energy, just protect you when you're walking into tricky situations. So yeah, there's 2 meditations in there. They're really, really powerful. Meet your dragon, obviously you meet your dragon, but then you like activating crystalline, different, like it is a whole nother world. It's so special. If you don't have the Meet Your Dragon Spirit Guide, like you need it. So also for you, Susie, like it's going to really help you through this time, because going through separation, it's like it's a whole new rebirth, but it can be quite heavy, can be quite dark, depending. Of course, you can, you know, conscious uncoupling, but also there's, you know, depending on the relationship, sometimes they can be quite nasty. So it's interesting though, because, oh, look at that. The bottom card of the deck is the Beloved. And what's this one? Ah, the Wounded Healer. So this is healing. I want to say the part of you that, like, I feel like you're feeling like you have, does that make sense? Like, I'm trying to, I didn't even say it. I feel like you're blaming yourself for everything. And whilst we need to take responsibility for our part, I feel like you need to stop blaming yourself for the whole fucking thing. But I feel like the blaming yourself for the whole thing is more that you, I don't know what the right words are, like you, I'm just going to say it. So like you regret how you entered or how it entered or the whole thing, but it's no, you know that you didn't, you know that it's not all you, but you're also blaming yourself for it's all you. But what actually is going on underneath is you didn't trust yourself from the start, and now you're like, that's what you're beating yourself up, like that's the stuck point. And so you need to forgive yourself after all the grief. You need to forgive yourself for that choice, because at the time it was right, even though there might have been red flags or whatever the thing is. There's also like this self-forgiveness that you quote unquote made the wrong choice because you didn't, because it's all meant to be, it's all right now. And now it's like moving forward from now. But there is the grief around it. Grief's normal. But it's interesting that the Weaver's coming up and the dream, it's like you're waking up from a dream. You're waking up from the unconsciousness that has kept you trapped in it, and you're becoming more conscious. And now you're starting a whole new cycle of consciousness that is allowing you to rebirth your whole soul, as you connect in to the world soul, as you connect in, because you're connecting back to spirit, you're connecting back to source. This is the most potent part about it, is that the crown chakra, new beginnings, dragon, etc., rebirthing. Also in this is that there's a lot of relationships ending at this time because they're built on a facade of unconsciousness and meeting each other's needs or connecting to source through the person. And that's why there's always relationship issues and shit, because nobody can meet each other's needs through the other person. We need to connect to source to have a healthy relationship. So 2 people connected to source through source as like, you know, the main focus. And then we've got a healthy relationship because we're both walking side by side, rather than like trying to connect through source through the other person, which just doesn't happen because the other person doesn't know how to connect to source and we just go unconscious. Causes all the relationship shit, right? What's happening with this is you forgiving yourself for that unconsciousness, and now you're reconnecting to source in yourself, which is pulling you on path, and it's making you become more conscious, and it's starting the new cycle. It's not going to be easy. At the crown chakra is like a full spiritual awakening. So you're reawakening on another level. So be gentle on yourself. But you are weaving a new dream. You're waking up from the dream. You're waking up from the unconsciousness. And it started because there's a part of you that's like, okay, it's time to walk the soul's walk now. In a big way. So, yes, so the dragon spirit guide meditation, the biggest thing that would really help you right now, Susie, is the Life Purpose Activation Kit, because it's got the inner child, it's got the navigating heavy energies, it's how to go through exactly what you're going through, because your purpose is awakening, right? So the Life Purpose Activation Kit is like, there's so much content in there, but I've literally structured it that if you literally walk through every little step, every video, every meditation, every training video where I'm explaining all these pieces to you, you're literally going to heal and not take years to heal and find your purpose faster than what I did, because that's why I put it together. So you don't have to go through everything I went through to take as long as it took for me to get on purpose, but you're being guided by my wisdom and all the tools that are in there with that. So if you'd like the activation kit, just comment kit, you find it on my website, etc. So where is that meditation at? Do you mean the Dragon Spirit Guide meditation? I'll post that as well, and I'll pop the link in too. I can send it to you. Just comment Dragon, or if you want the kit, then you can pop that in too. Comment kit and I'll send it to you. Comment Dragon. The Dragon Spirit Guide isn't in the kit. The kit's $88.88. So the four stabilizing 4 8s of the infinity to connect you back to your true path. And it's all about the numbers. And the Dragon Spirit Guide meditation is $15. It is separate. It's actually not in the kit. Everything else is in the kit pretty much. There's a lot of stuff in the kit. I wasn't called to put the Dragon Spirit Guide in there, but the Dragon Spirit Guide is $15. There's 2 meditations in the Dragon Spirit Guide, as I said. Yeah, and I've explained it all in there too for you. Yes, perfect. Okay, so I've been pretty quiet. I'm in front of my social media with lots of things going on, but I'm still working on things, but I'm coming out at the right time. I've been sitting in a new frequency, and I think that's why it's taken me a bit to come back out, because this new frequency is new. It's what I've always wanted. And I'm really fucking excited to share it with you guys. Those of you in Master Manifestor have heard all of it, because it was on Master Manifestor, of course. Live in what I teach. So yeah. But anyway, I'm enjoying connecting with you guys. But I probably should do more live streams because this one was pretty long. So thank you for being here right to the end. I love you guys for that. Thank you for listening to the collective message and all the little messages that I pop through on the entire reading. So yeah, I'm finishing this space right now because I need to jump off for my client call shortly. But I'll be back same time next week. And yes, I'll be back more presently soon. Even on my stories, I've been like MIA, but you'll understand why soon, because this is a whole new stabilization of the whole purpose of reality awareness of the heart. So I'm so excited to share this with you. All right. I love you guys. Bye.